Hello and welcome back to TEW 2016, The Branding Solution. And we are here on Monday Night Raw, fresh off the back of Fully Loaded, which was one of my best pay-per-views in a long time, with what I thought was my best match, but is actually only my second best match. But still, we're going in the right direction. We've got some cracking storylines going on, leading up into WrestleMania. So without further ado, we're going to dive straight into the pre-show and see what the aftermath of Fully Loaded really was. We have the Ring Kings defeat the Bollywood Boys. Simple pre-show. Kofi Kingston picked up a win over Matt Taven. My big problem is I don't know where to put Kofi Kingston going into WrestleMania. A couple of months ago, he was my World Heavyweight Champion, and now I don't have a match plan for him. And he ain't the only one. We then have the Samarian Death Squad picking up a win. I need them to become a little bit stronger for my plans for them. Ryback beats Kevin Kyle. Yeah, I need Ryback to start getting over a bit more. He's going to have to do it pre-show because he's in sort of a weird position for me. His performance in the ring has been bad, and there is a good chance he may be one of my releases. Biff Busick, well, now officially on the main roster, beats Anthony Nese, and that's good. They have chemistry, so Anthony Nese is only a matter of time before he is really on the main roster, so there's a potential for something between those two, which I like. I like to try and bring up tag teams so I can make something of them, even though that's not really the best way to do things. It's just my way. We then have Jay Lethal, Justin Gabriel and John Morrison picking up a win over my NXT talent, just to give them a win. That's the sole purpose for this. You see Barry Griffiths is bad, but Damien O'Connor is right up there for performance. He will be coming to make his debut as Killian Dane sooner rather than later. The New Day for defeat Elias Sampson and No Way Jose. Yeah, simple again, just another tag team needing a win. And my pre-show main event, not exactly the highlight reel, is it? Is Ty Dillinger defeating Rhino. Just what we needed for Ty Dillinger. He's such an entertaining guy. I just haven't quite decided where we're going to go with him. I'm keeping him around. He is a tag team with Neville, and he probably will be involved in some way for the TV title going into WrestleMania, because I have a few challengers who are mostly heels for Neville's title, so I need a face just to be on his side. We're going to run and jump into the main show. Triple H storms to the ring. Big E looks slightly worried, but he knows it wasn't fully his fault what happened last night. Triple H says to Big E, you have to go and beat Bray Wyatt tonight. If you don't, it'll be Kevin Owens versus Bray Wyatt. If you do beat him, he will want his rematch, and he'll get it at WrestleMania. But it will be a triple threat, which I expect you to treat as a handicap match. So the idea would be that if Bray Wyatt loses to Big E, it'll be Big E, Kevin Owens and Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. But Triple H expects one of them to walk out a champion. He doesn't care who. Seth Rollins is then called to the ring. Says, you did what you promised. You beat Roman Reigns. So unlike some of my former champions, You are right up there with my good books. This brings Roman Reigns storming down. You know damn well Dean Ambrose cost me that title. I want my rematch at WrestleMania, and I want it booked right now, and I want my hand on Dean Ambrose tonight. Triple H looks at Roman and says, you come over all these obstacles over and over again. To get into the WrestleMania match, you have to beat everyone I put in front of you for the next 3 weeks. First, it will be the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. Next week, you'll get your hands on Mr. Ambrose. But the week after, it'll be a surprise who you face. And at the moment, because of Dean's hard work last night, he will be facing Seth Rollins in a title match at WrestleMania. He has earned his respect from the whole group. He deserves to prove himself on the biggest stage of them all. So Triple H, if Roman Reigns wants to be in the main event at WrestleMania, he has to go through Triple H's squad. We've booked all the matches leading up. I know who the third opponent is, but it's going to be pretty obvious, but it's surprising that it's only going to be a TV match. The Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin defeat the Certified G's were a fast roll-up following a distraction. This has gone for a bit of a shock because they want a big tag team title match at Mania. Now that they've beaten them, they demand that they get a title match against them. I know they've had one, but there are other people, the Usos, especially after their win last night, are also in the mix for a match. Jack Swagger defeats Curtis Axel in a surprisingly good match. It was only put together just to give them both some TV time. They haven't had much of. But after Ryback comes to attack Jack Swagger, I need to give Ryback something to go with. Swagger is someone I've always kind of liked as a pure athlete, so I think it could work for a couple of weeks. And WrestleMania again is so stacked, it's going to be hard to find places for people like the Swagger and Ryback in a singles match of any sort, so they like to see a multi-person match. We then gave American Alpha a victory over the Australian Stars. I'm happy with that, just want them to win. And the Usos then come to the ring, cut a promo, cut themselves over, telling everyone how they're going to go to WrestleMania and get back those tag team titles that they lost. And they team up with Neville to defeat Carlito and #DIY. It's a nice sort of overall match, nothing overly fancy in there. A lot of improvements, keeps the TV title storyline moving on as well. And then the three of them, Jinder Mahal, Heath Slater, Carlito, Walker, pretty much saying they should be the next TV champion. So they are looking at a multi-person match for that. And these are the main people it could be. Not the greatest, but they're all fans. Roderick Strong defeats Alberto Del Rio. And this is continuing my push for Roderick Strong. He's been improving, putting on quality matches, proving that he's someone I really should be using. Alberto Del Rio hasn't lived up to the hype I always fully had in this game. I have nothing to say. His reliability, this game just doesn't seem to make him that good in the ring. We have another hype package for Dalton Castle, and this week I just brought up Noel Darm to take the pinfall, just to push, when you get new talent, they just when they get locals or NXT, so that's what we do. Triple H is seen backstage planning out tonight's matches with Seth, Big E, Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe. He knows what he wants and will he get what he wants from them all. try and continue some. That's surprising. Some storylines here. Jericho and Sami Zayn team up to face Bad News and The Miz, and I actually gave Bad News the win. It turns out Jericho and Sami Zayn don't work as a team, which is hugely surprising. I thought they would be fantastic together. Never mind, it's leading up to a big continental match. And afterwards, Sami and Jericho get tapped by Baron Corbin as well, so it's 3-on-2. And it continues the storyline leading up to me. Roman Reigns defeated Samoa Joe. We know they're not the best, these two as a pairing, so that is actually quite a good rating for them. So I'm happy enough with that. Dolph Ziggler cuts a promo on himself, pointing out that there's nothing for him going into WrestleMania. This is true. I built Ziggler up. SummerSlam, he beat Triple H. He's beaten everybody who's been put in his path. And now suddenly we don't have a match for him. And it's surprising that there could be some last minute changes or additions. And I just gave him a win over Jack Gallagher. And it's another surprisingly good match. I wasn't expecting that high from these two this early. But Bray Wyatt then cuts himself a promo on Big E, telling him how he is going to change everything and keep this title in his House of Horrors. Not like the one in the match they had. In the match, we have Bray Wyatt retain the title when it went to be Kevin Owens first, tried to distract Bray Wyatt, and then Daniel Bryan does the old comes down to save him as such by distracting Big E. But we've kept this storyline going, and an 82 is a solid match between these two. And you can see by the performance, they're nearly in the 90s, which I'm really happy with. We then end the show with Triple H fuming yet again, seeing Daniel Bryan as the punishment, and he puts them in a match against Big E and Kevin Owens next week. And it's for two things. If he loses, he's fired. If he wins, he can be put in that title match in the Fatal 4-Way. So, yeah, we built up this really well. That ends the show, and I'm hoping we get into the 80s. We got an 81. I'm happy enough with that. Let's head back to the main screen and see where we're going. And we are back to the main screen, so let's check the news. Nothing fancy on there. You can see Raw's still the main attraction. Samoa Joe needs a new contract. That has to happen right away. This is one of the crucial parts of my storyline telling. Contracts. Okay, he doesn't want to work house shows. Well, I'm happy with that. His popularity since I have had him in my hands has gone up nearly 10, which isn't great, but he's kind of just been almost main event in. He's been facing a lot of people near the main event, so he hasn't really had a chance to do too much. It is fair enough, it's not the biggest issue. Creatively meeting wise, Austin Aries not, and we know the usual. The franchise players. Big E is a franchise player suddenly. That is a surprise. I need to check Big E's popularity suddenly, because he must have skyrocketed even to the 90s. When did this happen? As a heel, he actually got A in certain segments. He has leapfrogged since I made him champion. I'm very impressed. Let's just check Bray Wyatt, who is the guy who took the title off him. Popularity has, I think, grown. Yeah, he's grown. he sort of peaked then and went back down again, but he's at his highest level in years, which is really good to see. And if we go here, we might just be able to check most popular in America, because that's where it's most important. We can see that he is actually number 9 on the list, Big E now, which is surprising, really. Brock's number 1, Seth Rollins is number 2. Roman Reigns, I don't really look to count The Undertaker or Triple H. And even Bray's above Dean Ambrose now. The Rock's there but doesn't have a job. Kevin Steen's right up there too. So that's good. So that'll finish this show. We'll be back next time for SmackDown. So thank you all for watching.